What's up, everybody, and welcome back to a new episode of the podcast. I'm here today again with Dylan, aka the Big Dog, and today we're here to go over the Milwaukee the Bucks. God damn it! I don't know why I have their sweatshirt on. That's why I was like, oh, Brewers. But no, we're talking about the Milwaukee Bucks. We did the Brewers last time. That was awkward. That horrible intro. Okay, I know. Um, no one's gonna subscribe now. That was terrible. But do it anyways, please, please. Okay, that's moving on. That was terrible. But so today we're gonna go over what the hell should the Bucks do in free agency. There are some intriguing free agents for the Milwaukee Bucks to go over, and also they can make trades. Chris Paul. I had to cough there. And yeah, they got multiple ways to freaking improve the team, and also what's going to be very important is Giannis signing that supermax extension. Now, what I probably expect Giannis to do, I don't expect him to sign it right away. I actually expect him to maybe see what the organization and the front office does in free agency. If they just go cheap and sign like a Jay Crowder or like a um Joe Harris, which I don't mind. Those aren't bad options, but we need superstars here. I know they're interested in Bogdanovich from the Kings, but I think what Giannis is gonna do is gonna okay. You want me to sign this extension, but I'm gonna see what you do first in this year's free agency. And if we don't improve the team much, I'm not signing it. What are your thoughts on that? What do you think Giannis is gonna do? Do you think he's gonna sign it right away? Or do you think he's just gonna wait and see what players they put around him?
Um, he seems to be the type that would just say, "Screw it, I'm just signing it," and yeah, I'm gonna trust that they know what they're doing.
Yeah. If I was an NBA player and I was like, let's say I'm a superstar, um, and I'm eligible for a supermax extension, obviously I would sign it, but I would see what pieces they would put around me first. Because if I sign this supermax extension, A, if they fuck up and don't put good pieces around me, it's not going to be fun and I'd want out. And two, if I'm locked up and I don't want to be here, it would have to be like a freaking. It would take a long time to get traded because, you just signed an extension. Now, obviously, it would kind of have to be like the Russell Westbrook for Chris Paul situation. They were both locked up in max deals and all that. So the salaries worked out. Luckily for Houston. But yeah, now Westbrook will probably get traded this offseason. I don't know.
I actually seen something that said that they're not planning on trading either Westbrook or Harden.
They're fucked.
Yep.
They are screwed because they have
try again next year and hope maybe something will work out.
no. Not with this team. Now with Westbrook and Harden. But okay, they can do that. But yeah, it'd have to be kind of a situation like that if that happens. But I agree with you. I think Giannis would probably sign it right away. Whenever free agency would be. I'm thinking it's gonna be December, and then they're gonna start up late January or early February, and hopefully by the time at least they can get a little control of this virus, and maybe we can go to a game or two. I don't know, but I don't know. It's obviously we can't tell the future, but I don't think this virus is going away anytime soon. But maybe they'll allow fans in the stadium, but wear masks and distance themselves. I don't know. Just like the MLB has been doing lately with the NLCS and the World Series, they did allow fans. They did block off sections to keep the fans and players away. Um, yeah, that was an intriguing idea, and I think it worked. Having fans in the stands would actually was a good thing to see in the MLB playoffs, but we're not talking about the MLB playoffs. But maybe they'll have fans in the stands in 2021, in the 2021 season. Who knows? But who knows? But anyway, moving on. Now, obviously, we've been talking about this for a long time. Chris Paul would be an ideal fit to be the starting point guard next season. Trading Eric Bledsoe, trading like an Ilyasova to match up salaries as well. I've also seen Brook Lopez in some deals as well. What do you think it'll take to get a Chris Paul deal done? Because the Thunder also want young assets, so like DJ Wilson. Also, I wouldn't mind throwing the Indiana pick in there, or maybe just a future pick. I don't know, but they kind of have a lot of future picks. So I don't know. What do you think a Chris Paul deal, or what would happen to get a deal done there?
Well, you definitely have to throw in Bledsoe. Maybe even George Hill to help match up more salaries. And then, well, yeah, Ilyasova, DJ Wilson. And then you definitely probably have to throw in probably one or two first round picks, I'm guessing. Maybe some seconds as well. For all I know, they might even want Dante. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I've been trying to think of scenarios of what John Horst would do. Because obviously we can't think of what we want to do, play fantasy here, play 2K, like some people have on. Yeah, some people on Facebook. Jesus, dude, you don't. Are you in? You don't obviously go on Facebook. You just use Messenger, right? Yeah.
Yep.
I bet you're kind of glad you do because I'm in some group chats on Facebook, and one guy legit put like I don't remember the full trade, but it was like Hill, DiVincenzo, Bledsoe, another guy I don't remember, and then like two first round picks and a second round pick for Damian Lillard, and he actually said, "I like this. I think this will work perfectly for both sides." I'm like, dude, be realistic. As much as I would love frickin' Dame, he's not getting traded to Portland, and B, Portland isn't accepting that damn trade. There's a lot of idiots out there in the world.
Yeah, Portland's not getting rid of him anytime soon, so yeah.
Yeah, but
Even though maybe they should consider it, but they do got a pretty decent team there. They just need to. If they could draft a third scoring option to McCollum and Lillard, I think they'd be a legit team.
yeah. So moving on to free agent. Go ahead.
A guy that could be a third guy to McCollum and Lillard. I mean, they got Nurkic, who's pretty good. And maybe if they kept a guy like Melo off the bench, they would be, I think, a really good team. They just need that third option with Lillard and McCollum. that's basically why they probably haven't been able to at least make an NBA Finals appearance. Then, of course, Golden State, but the Golden State dynasty team that they had, but oh well.
Yeah. So, moving on to some intriguing free agents, we've been hearing rumors of the Milwaukee Bucks actually looking at Bogdan Bogdanovic from the Sacramento Kings, Jay Crowder, and Joe Harris. Um, I obviously would be intrigued with that. What do you think the price range is around there? What do you think like a Bogdan? I mean, Bogdan's restricted, so
We'd have to do a sign and trade most likely with him.
yeah. But we
We
have
only got I think the only moves we got is like got some 9 million thing exception thing. I think we got like a 3 million biannual exception as well, and then veteran minimums. I think that's all we can do,
yeah.
as far as I'm aware of.
I mean, Joe Harris would be an amazing piece to add. He's a incredible 3-point shooter. Um, he's a lights out from three. I don't know if he's good on defense, but because I don't watch him, all I just know is that he's a good 3-point shooter. Well, it says on this website he can attack closeouts too, and he's a solid enough defender. Yeah. And then it says the question here is how much luxury tax pain the Nets are willing to endure. Because the Nets, I bet, will try to re-sign him, but they're obviously going to be deep in the luxury tax. And it depends on how much Joe Harris wants to ask for. Obviously, the luxury tax comes into it, but also Joe Harris, we don't know his asking price. Now, my guess would probably be around 10 to 15 million, maybe. I don't know. But Joe Harris would be a good get in free agency for the Bucks. To steal him away from the Brooklyn Nets, that'd be a good get. I wouldn't mind that. Um, Another free agent, Jay Crowder. I heard we have interest in. Um, what do you think about getting Jay Crowder? Obviously, Boston Celtics day Jay Crowder was amazing, and then he got traded to Cleveland, was garbage there. Then got traded to Utah. Don't know. I don't really remember much about his Utah days, and then obviously went to Miami. Or no, he got traded to Memphis, right? For the Conley deal, right? I think so. Anyway, he's in Miami now. He got traded from Memphis to Miami, and he's a free agent. So, what are your thoughts on Jake Crowder?
He got perfect fit, 3 and D. If you'll take Pat Connaughton's spot, that's what we need.
Oh yeah, I think he'll help out a lot with his 3-point shooting and his
Plays with
defense.
high on defense, which is for a bench piece to be a perfect fit.
Oh yeah. Um, Now looking at more free agents here, um, Danilo Gallinari is going to be a guy we probably won't be able to afford. He's probably going to be asking for a lot of money. Um, Jeremiah Grant, Jeremiah Grant from the Nuggets. He's got a player option. He might accept that, but he would be a good fit for us too. Um, Paul Millsap. We talked about this a lot. Paul Millsap. Um, he would be an amazing fit with his um, veteran leadership and his defense. Can also knock down some threes. What do you think about Paul Millsap?
Well, we need a backup power forward, and yeah, I actually think it's possible with his relationship with Coach Bud.
Yeah. Millsap would
Everyone ring too.
Millsap would bring a bunch of veteran leadership to the team as well. Um, Now, what free agents do you think we should consider? Like, what out of the names that we haven't mentioned, what names do you think you would want?
Like who I know is available, or you should.
Well, yeah, kind of. I know Aaron Baines is here. He shot threes last year.
Yeah,
Um,
honestly, here's an idea I kind of had. I like Brooke Lopez, but I'm actually okay moving him for something if it helps us get like a guard or something. Then you could sign Aaron Baines to kind of similar things.
oh yeah, definitely. And also there's
Baines is probably gonna be cheap, I'm guessing, and definitely in our price range. And I like Brooke Lopez. I'm okay keeping him, but I'm also okay trading him too to help improve in another area.
and also
Center's kind of a more modern position. You really don't need anyone really that good as long as just someone goes out there and does their job.
here's another thought. We could trade Lopez to Oklahoma for the Chris Paul deal, and we could sign Aaron Baines. And if Marcus Saul wants to take a minimum or mid-level exception, I'd love to take on Marcus Saul too. He can shoot, defend. Obviously, he won't be Memphis type Marcus Saul, like defensive player of the year type, but he'll be a serviceable center.
Yeah.
He can shoot threes still too, and get him out of Toronto.
Actually, I think I heard he might be going to Europe to play with his family or something, but I don't know how true that is.
Oh yeah, little it legit says right here. Um, the question here is whether or not he still wants to play in the NBA. He was reported to be signing with FC Barcelona, though the team has denied it. So we don't know. Serge Ibaka. Okay, what the hell? Why did my I don't know. Another link just showed up. Oh, damn ad. Serge Ibaka might be a good option, but he might be a little too pricey. Um,
Would be a perfect fit, I think, though, if you could get him.
oh yeah, Anthony Davis definitely can afford him.
He's already resigned the Lakers, so I'm not.
I know, I was just kidding.
I don't know why he's there then.
Well, he committed, or he said he was gonna resign, but technically he hasn't signed a contract yet, so he technically is a free agent, but he just said he's gonna resign with the Lakers. So until that's official, then he'll be off. But you know, um, let's see. These guys are player options. They're probably gonna accept them. Like Tim Hardaway, there's no way he rejects that. 19 million. He's not worth it, so obviously he's gonna accept it. Evan Fournier, he's gonna accept it. We probably wouldn't be able to afford him either way. Um, Chris Dunn would actually be a pretty good piece. He is restricted, but I think he's an underrated defender. I think he could be a good 3 and D off the bench for like a backup point guard. If let's say we trade like a George Hill and Bledsoe to get a Chris Paul, but then we can sign Chris Dunn and get a good 3 and D type point guard off the bench as well. Now, that I think I'd like that a lot because I know Chris Dunn hasn't lived up to his potential, like a top pick like he was, but I definitely think he's a good defender.
Uh-huh.
What do you think about that?
Well, I think maybe he's the type of guy, and he gets the right type of team. I suppose he could be maybe a nice fit.
It says he averaged like 2 steals on here, which is actually pretty good off the bench. I don't think he was starting at all, and he's restricted too. So maybe the Bulls would just re-sign him. I don't know. Um,
I guess it depends what they do in this upcoming draft because they do already got Kobe White,
true.
and if they select someone like LaMelo Ball or something, that might kind of show they're letting they're just kind of let him walk. Maybe I don't know.
Other free agents would probably be or that are realistic. Um, maybe like a Alec Burks. I don't know. Langston Galloway, Austin Rivers. I don't know. Any of those names really blow your mind? Probably not.
Alec Burks, I could probably see. I guess 3-D.
Yeah, Kyle Korver. We could probably re-sign him, but I don't know.
If he doesn't retire, I'd say yeah.
Maurice Harkless would actually be a good guy to get. He's a defensive guy, but he basically barely played with the Knicks because the Knicks only got like they wanted only a first round pick for Marcus Morris, and he barely played with the Knicks. Rondé Hollis Jefferson, also a defensive minded forward, could be a Sterling Brown replacement as he is a free agent. Um, there's some good options here. Nerlens Noel, good defensive center to have, maybe to back up Lopez, or if we make a trade. I don't know. But we definitely have some options here. I mean, um, let's say we do trade Brooke Lopez, then maybe like because here are the top like centers. I gotta scroll back down. Yeah, here's some centers like Mason Plumlee. Probably won't be able to get him, but he's 30. Maybe he'll accept like a 1 year deal. Who knows? A Nerlens Noel, Myers Leonard, Alex Len, Ennis Canner, Willie Cauley Stein, Jamichael Green, JaVale McGee, Robin Lopez player option. He'll probably accept
Mhm.
that. Bobby Portis. I mean, not great options, but serviceable big men to come off the bench. But
For
that
backups, that's fine. And honestly, at center positions, one of the positions you really don't need a star at.
yeah.
Point guard and forwards is where you want your more stars to mainly be at.
Oh yeah. So to recap, I would definitely be interested in Bogdan Bogdanovic. And I'm really intrigued that we're after Jay Crowder and Joe Harris, or interested in this case, as those would be great fits. Do you got any comments at all of free agents or anything to improve this team?
More guys maybe we could look at. I seen one. I think that definitely is very possible, and that's Courtney Lee,
Oh yeah,
very new guy, and he's probably gonna be dirt cheap. So from what it sounds like, he should probably be going for the better minimum. That's definitely someone I'd be interested in.
yeah. Uh, I didn't even see him in free agency or as a free agent, but he would definitely be a good piece. A veteran, can shoot threes. Um, Obviously he already had his big contract, so he shouldn't be asking for much.
And,
um, Go ahead.
well, I mean Courtney Lee. Another guy who could be available, I think he has a player option, is, Avery Bradley, of course.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind Avery Bradley. If we got Boston Celtic Avery Bradley, that'd be perfect. Um, Now you did send a trade to me earlier. Um, Eric Bledsoe to Detroit for Kennard and Rose. Now, obviously, that's not realistic. The Pistons would probably ask for a couple picks in this deal, but that would not be a horrible trade, as I think Kennard can play point guard for the future. Um, but Derrick Rose would obviously be the starting point guard. But Kennard would definitely be a good fit for this team. He can shoot threes, play defense, go all over the floor, and I think he would be an exciting player to watch and a good fit for this team. Um, that was a really great trade that you sent earlier. I really like that trade.
Honestly, I don't even know where that came from. I just seen it randomly on Twitter, and I was like, "Oh, this looks interesting. I guess I'll share it with you." There's
Yeah,
another one as well.
the Aaron Gordon one. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
even
but I
like
really
that.
don't care for that one. I don't see the fit, and I don't think it would really help solve our postseason problems.
He would be a terrible fit. He can't even shoot. He's not really that great of a shooter. Yeah, here's the trade. Eric Bledsoe, DJ Wilson, and the 24th pick for Gordon. That I don't like that trade at all. Um,
The only way I'd see the Gordon trade happen would be if they were planning on moving on for a point guard or something. But I don't see Orlando doing that though.
yeah, they're just gonna be like, okay, we're gonna stick tent or we're gonna stay put because we're a playoff team. Woohoo!
We're a playoff team and we're getting whooped right away basically in the first round. Woohoo!
Yeah, they definitely need to tear it down. They need to trade Gordon, Vucevic, Fournier, and just restart because this ain't working. But
Yeah, Fultz, I think they should keep though because he's young. Maybe
yeah,
showing potential, but yeah.
that was a good trade actually. I actually liked that trade.
If we get
Um,
Rose and Kennard, I'm totally down for that. Rose would solve our point guard problem, especially in the playoffs, and Luke Kennard gets another nice weapon, I think. And you definitely be an upgrade over Pat Connaughton.
yeah. Kennard also can play point guard too. He's like 6'5", 6'6". Could definitely be a lengthy point guard as well with his passing
Yeah, he
ability.
can shoot one shot, which is nice to have. I would love that deal. But I think it actually could be realistic now that I'm more thinking about it. I mean, they are rebuilding. And the Pistons did almost trade Luke Kennard, so obviously they are interested in trading him.
Okay, I don't know what my dog was doing. He's just like
uh,
staring at me. He's like, "What did you say? That's a horrible trade." He's out. He's tired. I pooped him out.
okay, but yeah. Anyway, like you said, I'm sure there'd be some picks that we'd have to throw at him, but that to me, that's totally fine. Honestly,
Yeah,
Luke Kennard is still pretty young, and
he's like what
Derrick Rose
20.
is like 31, 32, but
Yeah,
he's
Derrick Rose is on an expiring deal, so that'd work out. His money's off the books after 1 year, and then would probably be dirt cheap if we wanted to re-sign him. But
I'm guessing he would definitely resign after that, assuming he's still, well, if he did good for us, if we were to get him.
yeah,
Just
Kennard
because,
Kennard is 24 years old. He's still can, and he's still been doing pretty good. I like his game. I like that game a lot. I like his game a lot. Um,
I actually wanted him a few years ago when he was at Duke, but Detroit took him before the Bucks had a chance.
and we probably would have still taken DJ Wilson.
Probably.
That pick still hasn't meshed well. He's definitely expendable.
I hope he gets traded.
Yeah, I do too. He probably would have to be in a trade for like a maybe a, even in that Derrick Rose Luke Kennard trade. He'd
At
probably have to be thrown in along with some picks maybe to make that work. Like maybe 24 and like a future second or something. I don't know. I don't know if you could trade 2 first round picks, but honestly, I wouldn't mind at this point. First round picks are useless when you're trying to contend. But that's just my thoughts on that.
yeah, we're here to win now.
Yeah.
You know, it would be nice to get some young talent, but we're gonna have to be smart though, like what Toronto and Miami have done really good at.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
like too. Denver's made some really smart choices too.
Yeah. I really don't have much else to say or I don't really have any thoughts of like what else. We basically covered everything, like possible free agents and all that for the Bucks to get, and also what they're interested in. Bogdanovich, I wouldn't mind. He shot creator would definitely fit. Just depends on his price range because we can't afford everybody. We obviously, you know, coming in, I know we can't afford everybody. So the best way to improve the team would have to be trading for Paul, trading for, or either trading for Rose or Kennard and Kennard. But I don't know, because obviously we don't have all the money in the world. We had to spend it all last off season to keep Chris Middleton, keep Brooke Lopez, keep George Hill. You know, keep the core around Giannis and make him happy and all that. Um, but yeah, that's all I got. We do have some money, mid-level trading and minimum deals. But yeah, I think we basically covered everything. Unless you have anything else.
Well, I mean, don't forget we might be interested in Victor Oladipo.
Eh, would that be a good fit? I don't know. He did have an
Uh,
off year last year because of an injury, but I guess it'd kind of be a good fit. But if we trade Victor, or if we trade like Bledsoe for Victor, who's gonna be a point guard then? Maybe Dante? I don't know.
can't Victor Oladipo? I thought he could play point guard.
I thought he was more of a shooting guard.
I don't know. I heard something about that. Regardless, we just need that. We need to add someone though. We need to add a third guy. If that's Oladipo, I'm down for it. Whatever you gotta do to win a championship, you do it. So I want Giannis to get a ring in Milwaukee, not anywhere else.
Yeah, I'd be hard. I would really be heartbroken if he won it somewhere else.
At this point, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to win a championship or put us in a better place to win.
Yeah, I would too. I'd sell like legit my car to freaking win a championship and give all the money to the Bucks and be like, "Here, spend it." Spend it in free agency. I don't care. But you obviously can't do that because
Yeah, obviously. And then there is one more. Well, I guess there's some other guys. I remember like Justin Holiday. I remember you said you really liked him after I showed you his numbers.
oh yeah, Justin Holiday. He'd be a good fit too. I forgot about that.
I know some people want Drew Holiday from New Orleans, but But his brother, who's a free agent and probably cheap, I actually wouldn't mind him either off the bench.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that either, actually. God, I just can't wait for free agency, dude. And it's gonna be a while yet.
Sounds like December, right?
Probably my guess is the draft is like the 14th or whatever of November, somewhere around there.
Yeah, speaking of the draft, I was kind of hoping that we would that the draft would go on a few days after the finals, then we'd know who we selected.
Exactly. It was originally supposed to be the 16th of October, but they frickin' moved it. They moved it for a month later. Frickin' stupid.
I was hoping they would had time to,
You know, if this whole thing, if this pandemic never existed, we'd be probably talking about our expectations for this upcoming season because, like, the season would start late October and going into November, or at least a preseason training camp, all that. We'd be
the
talking about
season
that stuff.
starting up right now.
Yeah,
Which is why it feels so weird to me right now, because normally when I see the date, I'm thinking of getting ready for the Bucks season, hopefully getting hyped up and everything, and instead we're just actually starting free agents. Really? Actually, free agency we haven't even started yet. I should say the draft.
yeah, we're gonna have a busy November, December because of MLB and NBA gonna have its own off or their off seasons basically together
Yeah.
for like the first time in history, probably.
Yeah. But the Bucks, it's definitely gonna be an interesting off season regardless. So I mean, nice thing about draft days, even if we don't select anyone, then we're at least doing a trade or something that we can talk about.
Yeah, and if we keep the pick, I'm fucking hoping that the guy we pick is a really good player. Develop.
Yeah, please be a contributor like Dante and not DJ Wilson.
I hated that pick when we took it, dude. I hated it. I wanted Jared Allen.
I actually wanted him to. I wanted a center because we didn't have a center at the time.
Yeah, we had like Monroe or something, or Monroe Henson or whatever.
Wait, no, I think we had Greg Monroe and John Henson, but then Monroe got traded for Eric Bledsoe a little bit later, I believe, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I suppose how about Rondo? Would you like him as a point guard in Milwaukee?
I was gonna mention him, but I'm like, I don't think it's realistic because I saw him. I was like, is it really realistic though? I was like, I don't know. It would be a good fit with his defense and his passing ability.
I know he's
He's
not the
still
greatest shooter, but
he's still an elite passer.
yeah, you'd fit in nicely with Giannis. I mean, he would definitely fit in better than Bledsoe in the postseason, even if he's not that good of a shooter.
Yeah, with his elite
He's
passing.
a floor general type guard that can come in and do kind of all the little things.
Yeah, I would like his passing. I wouldn't mind him in Milwaukee.
So I
Even
wouldn't hate Milwaukee. He's not my favorite guy, of course, but if we got him, great. But if not, I wouldn't be upset about it though either.
yeah, I that's actually not a bad fit. I saw him on the list and I'm like, I was actually about to mention him like when I was scrolling through it earlier, and I'm like, is it realistic though? Probably not. So I didn't even mention it.
But I know, speaking of Gallinari as well, I know he said he wants to win a championship or something. Do you think you'd take a pay cut in Milwaukee?
If players keep saying, "Oh, I want to win a championship," Take pay cuts because contending teams that already have bad or like huge contracts on their team. I'm not gonna say bad because they're paying stars, but if you really want to win a championship, then just take a pay cut. Honestly, like you're already getting money from endorsements and all that. You don't need more money, and plus you've already made a lot of
Alright.
money at freaking.
I think something he has like a hard 30 million he's made already off his contracts. I think living fine.
Yeah, I if I was
I think he
Danilo
could definitely
Gallinari, if we
at
get
this point
Danilo,
like 2 million. League minimum I believe is like 2 million or something. And yeah, he'd be able to come to Milwaukee and you'd be able to be on a championship contending team.
if we got Danilo Gallinari on a minimum, and we traded for Chris Paul, I'm not gonna get my hopes up because I know it's not gonna freaking happen. But if we got Danilo and Chris Paul, oh my god, that pending no injuries, we would probably win it all, or at least get to the finals, which I want.
Yeah. The main goal, obviously, this upcoming season is you gotta make the finals at least. I'd say you can definitely win the champion. If you get a confident point guard in the postseason, I think we could actually win the whole thing. Big part of what failed us was there. So
We could have won it 2 years ago, or we could have won it against the Raptors and beat the battered up Warriors, but that was probably our best chance.
probably was, and well, we blew it.
Yeah, I
Part better Bledsoe though. I like the dude, but the dude sucks in the playoffs, unfortunately. And yeah, he needs to go.
yeah,
I hate saying that because I actually like him too. Seems like a cool dude as well, but that doesn't get you anywhere if you're not doing your job either. Because I'm here to win championships, not hang up regular season banners.
yeah. I want to go to a parade in Milwaukee.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about the. I really want Chris Paul, but are we actually gonna get him? No, that's the thing.
I don't think
Are they
so.
gonna be? Are they willing to spend to go into cap hell as they call it, or and give up assets, or you think they're just gonna be like, well, it's not worth it?
Maybe we should have kept Malcolm Brogdon. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. Maybe
Who
at least he
knows?
probably come there in the postseason, most likely. But I don't know. With our luck, he probably would have sucked too, like he did the year before.
Because I've seen YouTubers say that they didn't like that we traded Malcolm Brogdon and saying, "Oh, we're not committed to winning because we didn't accept Malcolm Brogdon's offer or the Pacers' offer." But I don't know.
20 plus million now to an injury guy like him. I don't know. That's not exactly the smartest idea. Either way, we were in a tough spot there. Either pay Bledsoe, he's been healthy, he was a elite defensive guy and showing improvements on shooting, or do you pay an injury prone Brogdon who is good, but he's injured half the time, and he also showed last year he couldn't do anything in the playoffs much either. I guess you take your chances. I don't know. I guess I'd try Bledsoe, I suppose, and Brogdon seemed like he wanted a bigger role as well. Which he wasn't going to get in Milwaukee, so I don't know. I don't know. I guess it was one of the things that's a tough choice.
Yeah. Stephen A. Smith is even saying we should trade him, trade Giannis, If I'm the Bucks, I'd trade Giannis. You can't lose him for nothing. That's his quote.
Well, guess what? I'd rather lose them than take that pathetic offer from Golden State if that's what it is.
And that's what one YouTuber was saying yesterday. Oh, he should get traded to the Warriors. Because a package of Andrew Wiggins, number 2 pick, and Minnesota's pick next year is a good trade. I'm like, what? And then he said, oh, maybe they could throw in Draymond Green in there too. I'm like, I don't want Draymond Green. He's overpaid. And he's not good anymore.
Yeah, here's the thing. Don't they seem to forget what Paul George got from the Clippers? When do you think that's what Giannis will be getting too?
Yeah. We should.
That only just proves what Giannis's value is. If Paul George got that, then Giannis is for sure worth more than that.
Yeah.
Giannis would cost you at least probably like 7 first-round picks.
Yeah. Say Giannis did request a trade. If I'm John, okay. Okay, if he does request, then obviously his value would probably go down. But if I'm Horst, I'm accepting, or I'm gonna say I want like 7 to 10 first-round picks. But obviously you can't trade for 10 first-round picks unless they're like the Thunder, where you got 3 first-round picks and like a bunch of different drafts.
It just isn't possible. Giannis is one of them talents. It's gonna be like how the Cavs were with LeBron or OKC or Durant. He either stays and you build a team around him, or he leaves and I guess you're rebuilding or whatever.
Yeah, but I think I'm done. I think we basically covered everything.
Yeah, I think we did everything as well. I'm thinking, I don't think there's anything else to talk about with the Bucks or free agency.
Yeah, and if there is, we'll talk about it next week.
Yep, or we'll mention it in the future.
Yep. So, like this video, comment, subscribe, all of that. Peace, I'm out.